Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. We are going to get into a story that I ran across today. Parents seeking justice for a baby who was decapitated during delivery at a Georgia hospital. This story is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's get into this. There are several parts to this story, so I'm going to start with what happened to the baby first. Ross, who was 20 at the time, went to the hospital after her water broke early in the day on July 9th. According to the couple's ongoing lawsuit against the hospital and delivery doctor, the baby became stuck during a prolonged vaginal delivery, resulting in a rare complication known as shoulder dystocia. After several failed attempts to deliver the child vaginally, a stat cesarean section was ordered. The baby's body and legs were delivered during surgery, but his head was delivered vaginally, leaving the family devastated. If you're still with me, stay with me. And while you're with me, please hit the like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. Let's keep going. The couple hired Jessica Ross and Trayvon Taylor Sr. to perform a private autopsy after the traumatic July 2023 delivery at Southern Regional Medical Center in Riverdale. The Clayton County Medical Examiner's Office ruled the baby's death a homicide earlier this year. Let's listen to a few news clips, and let me warn you right now, this may be trigger warning. Very trigger warning. This is not for children. Shout out to Live Court TV.
We want to turn our attention now to a case out of the state of Georgia where a young couple is suing a hospital after their baby's horrific death during childbirth. We want to warn you, the allegations here are a bit disturbing, to say the least. A civil complaint was filed against Southern Regional Medical Center. And in the complaint, it says that the hospital tried to conceal how this couple's full-term baby died. According to the complaint, the infant was decapitated during a botched delivery. The suit also claims that the hospital staff wouldn't allow the mother or father to hold the child after his death because hospital workers had wrapped the baby's body in a blanket to conceal how he died. The hospital is denying the allegations made in the suit. The parents are asking for a jury trial in this case. Let's bring in the attorney representing the parents, Jessica Ross and Trayvon Taylor and Corey Lynch, who's the attorney. He's with us live. And Corey, if people haven't heard about this case, baby dies during delivery. Correct. It's a horrible scenario. Afterwards, the parents, of course, they want to hold their baby boy.
Correct.
Not allowed to. They were allowed eventually, apparently, to view the child, but not hold. And this is hard to fathom, but according to the complaints and what you know about the case, the hospital staff wrapped the baby's body and then also took the head of the baby and propped it up,
wrapped the baby up tight, placed the head on top so that they could not see the injuries or that the baby was decapitated. And they would not let them hold the child. They had to view the child through a glass.
How did they find out that that their son was decapitated during delivery.
They found out on July 13th.
And this happened on the 9th.
Correct. They received, well, it happened on the 9th to the morning of the 10th. And they found out on the 13th when the baby got to the funeral home. The funeral home, Willie Watkins, alerted the authorities, called the Clayton County Medical Examiner's Office and the Clayton County Police Department, as well as calling the family based on the condition of the body, just to let them know, hey, you know, were you aware of this? And they were not. It's just very unfortunate that they had to find out that manner.
How did the child die from what you know?
I really can't get into that simply because the medical information, and there is a ongoing investigation with the Clayton County Medical Examiners, the GBI, and Clayton County Police Department.
The hospital has released a statement on this, and it says in part our heartfelt thoughts and prayers are with the family and those impacted by this tragic event. Our prayers also remain with the dedicated team of physicians, nurses, and staff at Southern Regional Medical Center who cared for this patient, while our sympathies go out to the family. Southern Regional Medical Center denies the allegations in the complaint referencing the hospital. You could feel, I mean, if you were a staff member, you were working on this case, it would be horrific.
Correct.
One would think that they've lost a child in this manner. But there seemed to have been a cover-up. They even encouraged the family to cremate the child, correct?
Correct. So immediately after, the family was told that the baby did not make it, but they were encouraged to cremate the baby, and they were also told that they were not entitled to an autopsy in this type of situation, and that if they wanted an autopsy, that they would have to pay for it themselves. When in actuality, that this is the exact type of situation where an autopsy would have been performed had the Southern Regional Medical Center called the Clayton County Medical Examiner's Office. Autopsy would have been done.
And an investigation is, as you mentioned, the GBI, which is the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, is involved here. Is there any scenario where you would think there would be some sort of criminal liability here, or are we just talking civil?
No, they are looking into criminal charges. The failure to report is a charge that they are looking at, but I don't want to get into the weeds of that and let them do what they need to do as far as their investigations.
The hospital did not report this incident. This all came from...
Correct. This came from the funeral home.
Mortuary. Wow. After delivering and seeing the condition of the child.
Correct.
How are the parents?
It's touch and go. It's rough. They are very young, but they are resilient. They are focused on getting justice for the loss of their son. They are very emotional. This is it's just bad. There's a lot of crying, but there's also a lot of hope, and to get justice.
First child?
Correct. This was their first child.
Obviously, they were waiting and healthy. Went to full term.
Full term, 37 weeks, healthy.
Water breaks were going
in. Everything seems to be going according normal in a normal pregnancy and delivery.
One of the things the hospitals pointed out is that the the obstetrician that delivered the baby was not a full-time employee. It's Dr. Tracy St. Julian. Now she's the OB, 20 years of practice. Does that matter that she's not a full-time? If she's a doctor that has privileges at a hospital?
It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Why do you think they put that in the?
They're trying to distance themselves from this whole ordeal. They even came out and said that, hey, we in fact did report, but the medical examiner refuted that statement by saying, hey, no, we found out from the funeral home.
The hospital also said in their statement that the baby died in utero, and the attempts to get the baby out of the birth canal, they used drastic, basically, let's be clear, this was not anybody's, nobody wanted this scenario, right? The child is having difficulties coming through the birth canal. Things were done to try to alleviate that situation. Is the issue that you and the family have the way that was done, A, or the alleged cover-up, B, or both, A and B?
All of the above. All of the above. There were certain things that they could have done that they did not do. And we'll let those things come out in the facts once we do our depositions.
Yeah, and, malpractice and criminal liability, two different things, but both seem to be on the table in this case.
Yeah.
All right, Corey, thanks for coming in, and our thoughts to that family going through, as you said, a horrible time, losing a child, and then to lose their first child in a way like this. I can't imagine what they're going through.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Thank you, Arthur.
Thank you.
And the verdict was reportedly handed down Wednesday following a 3-day civil trial against Dr. Jackson Gates and his company Gates Rapid Diagnostic Laboratory of Atlanta. A Fulton County jury has awarded $2.25 million in damages to the grieving parents of a baby who was decapitated during childbirth. After this ruling that a Metro Atlanta pathologist violated their privacy by posting those graphic autopsy videos of the child on social media, according to the couple's attorneys. Now, they still have lawsuits going on against the hospital and others that were involved. For me, $2.25 million is not enough. How do they even come up with that amount? It's very interesting because in reality, there's no amount of money that would make me ever okay with this. It seems like they should get paid for the rest of their lives because this is traumatizing. They gonna need therapy. This is very, very traumatizing. I don't know, but I have one more clip for you. And if you are still with me, please hit that like button for me. Subscribe.
Into the story that left so many people in shock. The parents of the baby decapitated during childbirth almost 2 years ago. Well, they've reached a settlement in one of their lawsuits. 11 Alive, Stephanie Chaynock joining us live. So, Steph, what are we learning about this settlement here?
Well, Aisha, a payout of $2.25 million has been awarded to the Metro Atlanta couple Jessica Ross and Travion Isaiah Taylor Sr. The couple filed a lawsuit against Dr. Jackson Gates, a local pathologist hired by the couple to perform an autopsy of their baby after the child was decapitated during childbirth at Southern Regional Medical Center. The doctor, without the couple's permission, posted graphic videos of the baby on social media. In a release sent to us this morning, attorneys for the couple described Dr. Gates' Instagram post as graphic and that the couple was, quote, horrified and outraged when they discovered the doctor posted these videos without their consent. The couple filed the lawsuit in 2023, alleging invasion of privacy, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and fraud. And this verdict comes following a 3-day jury trial that concluded on Wednesday. Aisha, we also know the couple is still in litigation with the Southern Regional Medical Center over the initial tragedy they experienced in delivery.
So, Steph, let me get this straight. After the couple discovered these videos the doctor posted, the family's attorney says they issued a cease and desist letter, and then Dr. Gates deleted the videos. But then what happened?
Well, they say Dr. Gates removed the videos, but that he then reposted them again, even after he was informed of the emotional pain the couple suffered from the post he shared the first time around, Aisha.
All right, Steph, this has been such a long process. We are still thinking of that family today. Thank you for the update.
I would absolutely love to read your comments on this case. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions on this case in the comments section. And most of all, don't forget to like, share this story, comment, and subscribe. And let's keep this young couple in our prayers. God bless you all. Stay safe.